Brooks, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy holidays, happy new year, depending on when this video gets out to everyone.
Same to you.
What interesting times. I was just saying, I've been seeing actually kind of a sense of optimism, a little bounce. I'm showing buyers around. I know you've been tracking the announcement from the Fed and the rates. Are you seeing the same thing? How do you see it?
Yeah, I think people are seeing opportunity right now. Rates are at their lowest point that they've been since September. There's reason to think that maybe they'll hold there, at least for a little while. Certainly don't know what is going to happen. I think there's still a little bit of uncertainty as to where the rates may be headed. But for right now, it seems like there's a great opportunity to get homes at a little bit cheaper than you could have, certainly from the spring, and there's less overall demand for those homes. So we're, even negotiating, in some cases, price and oftentimes with rate buy downs.
Yeah. What do you say to buyers that ask you, is now the time or should I wait? Maybe prices will go down more next year. What's your answer to that?
Well, what I tell people is that rates and prices are linked. So if prices are coming down, that probably means rates have gone up, right? And the price that you pay, you're married to that. There's no changing the price that you paid for a property, but you can always change your rate, right? So if you're getting a high rate but a great price and you're going to be in that property for a while, then that's actually best case scenario, because if and when the rates do come down, whether it's next year or 2024, you can always refi. And now you've gotten the best of both worlds with a low price and a pretty good rate.
What's the saying? Buy the house, rent the rate,
yes.
The mortgage?
Yes. I think it's an old saying from a couple of decades ago that we're dusting off and getting back out there.
Well, like everything in this world, it comes around, right?
Yes.
It goes full circle.
Yes.
Other thing I heard someone really smart, a lot smarter than me say, Warren Buffett, was I buy when people are fearful and sell when people are confident. So yeah, I agree. I think it is maybe the best time for buyers in the last couple years.
Definitely. Yes, agree. And if you're thinking about selling, then what do you think is the advice you would give to a seller right now?
Honestly, and I'm working with a few, and my advice is, same as it has been really every year. I think the best likelihood for selling at your goal, would probably be February, March of this year. All the statistics are saying the demand is still really, really high in this area with all the companies we have moving in. So I don't think anything has changed there.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think there's a little bit more nuance with a seller in that if you're wanting to buy, particularly if you're buying up a more expensive property, then it might make sense to go ahead and set those wheels in motion, right? To take advantage of this more buyer centered market. And, if you're just needing to sell a house for whatever reason, then it might make sense to be a little patient. Because if the rates do come down next year, which some think they might, then that means prices will go up, right? And not to mention you can capitalize on a spring or summer market, which generally speaking is just better for a seller.
Yeah, what I'm seeing and what I've been seeing the last 4 or 5 months since the market shift is we have to go back to the basics of preparing a listing for sale. It has to be in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
You can't just throw a sign in the yard and expect it to sell in 7 hours, last March. So you have to go back to the basics, and you really have to know your comparable sales. You have to set the price. Statistics right now are showing that if you have to reduce the price on your home, you're only going to sell for 88% of the original list, whereas in the past it's been closer to 100%.
And if you're looking at sales from July or August, they're old.
They're old news.
They're old.
Just
October, November, and no further back than that, or else you've already missed the mark.
Yeah, so I think it puts a premium on preparedness, on experience in the local market, and knowing what's going on, knowing the comparable sales and how to get your house ready to sell for top dollar.
Yeah, awesome. Well, hope you guys have a wonderful holiday and a happy new year. We'll talk to you all soon.
Absolutely. That was 5 minutes, bro.
That went quick, and we're still running.